This video will cover the ability to initialize classes or non-advisory classes. So if you have a school that has advisories, you may have used the options initialize classes to initialize your advisory class types. And the big thing about that initialization is it allows you not only to create the classes, but also schedule the students into those advisories. But sometimes you also want to create classes that are not going to have students scheduled into them. So, say for instance, you want to create for all your teachers a flex block class. So that's already set up for them at the beginning of the year, and they don't have to create that themselves. Now, they could still go in and be able to customize the name on each day or change some attributes of that, but it would be created for them. So that's where the ability to, again, let me close out of here, on the classes tab, options, initialize classes. And then when I choose a non-advisory class type, so we'll see the only class type that says advisory class type after it is my home base. So let's say, for instance, I'm just going to create classes with a class type of flex class for my teachers. So I'll select that. It still is going to ask me whether I want to do all, or now I have the option to select teachers. So you don't have to do this for all teachers. You can manually type in and select multiple, so you can continue to kind of select them here and put them in, or you can do it for all. The name of the flex class, it took the name of the class type, so flex class, but I could say, maybe we're going to call this flex support or something like that. The start and end date, by default, it'll put in the first day of school and the last day of school. But if you only want to do this for a month or for a half a year, you can certainly change those. If you do have a preferred location set on each of your teachers, you can check that, and then it will automatically set those classes to be in those rooms if you've done that. If you haven't, you can do that on the users list. And then finally, the class meeting dates. Now, the only thing to understand here is it is not allowing me in my instance to choose Monday because Monday is a planning day. And when I have a planning day, the only class types that can meet on planning days are our advisory class types. So you'll see it's going to allow me to create this flex class, but for any day except for my advisory days. So I'll say it's going to run Tuesday through Friday, so all my other days, and then I'll just go ahead and click OK. Again, this should create these fairly quickly, depending on the number of teachers you have. So you can, expect it to run from a few seconds to a minute at the most. You'll now see that my process has completed, and I now have these flex support classes. And for instance, if we look at a teacher like Elizabeth Bailey, so let me filter to her classes, and I see both of them here. We'll see that her anchor class only meets on Mondays, those planning days, and Mondays also planning days when it is moved to a Tuesday. But then her other class, that flex support class that we just created, occurs on the other days and all the other days that my flex block meets. So I've really set her up now with two types of classes, and the second class, my flex support class, has no students in it. So it's really just a class with nobody yet enrolled, but now she could, define how she wants her enrollment to work, whether she wants it just to be for her academic students and things such as that.